Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So you are in class 10th, right?
Yes,
How was your class 9th?
my
Overall,
class nine was good.
overall percentage?
Overall percentage was like 91 to 92 overall.
Okay, very good. And in maths?
In math, also it was like 90 something.
90. Okay. That means you are good at maths.
Yeah.
Okay. So where you are facing difficulties so that you need one-on-one sessions anywhere? Why you feel that you need one-to-one sessions? One-to-one classes?
Because I think that by one-on-one session it gives like a more personalized
Okay,
sort of
got it,
thing.
got it. In class 9th also you did the same?
Yeah.
Okay. And why you didn't continue with the same teacher?
Um,
You got good
she
percentage.
doesn't take 10th. So,
Okay. He just take up to class 9. Got it.
yeah.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Very good. You are from?
I'm from Pune.
You are from Pune. And have you ever been out of India also?
Yeah.
Okay. Where? US.
No, not US. I've been to Canada.
Canada. Got it. Your accent is quite changed. You have been in Canada for how many years?
For 1 year.
Just 1 year.
Yeah,
Got.
just one.
Okay. Currently, I have a student who has been US, I think, 6 7 years. Her accent is quite changed. Totally. You
Oh.
okay? Okay. Which topic we can start today? Let's start the topic.
I would like to start with polynomials.
Polynomials. Okay. Let's start. My screen is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Polynomials. And as I can see that you got very good marks in class 9, you must be having idea about polynomials. Any idea?
Yeah. Polynomials are it's a form of algebraic expression that
Very
has
good, very good. That has some variables and constants kind of
yeah,
with some varying degrees.
yeah.
Right. Okay, tell me what is constant and variable as you mentioned the basic algebra. Tell me what is constant and what is variable.
Okay, so constant is basically any number, like basically it's like constant, like it never changes. For example, 2 or like
2, 3, 5 by 7, they are constant. Today also it is 2, tomorrow also it will be 2, right? It is
yeah,
universally 2. For you it is 2, for me also it is 2. What is
yeah.
variable?
Variable is basically anything like that doesn't have its value defined, like a variable like x or y.
Yes, we can take x, y, z, whatever. What happens usually that sometimes we get the value of x as 2, sometimes we get the value of x as 5, right? That means the
Yeah,
value of x is varying. That's why we call constant and variable. Okay. In
yeah,
polynomial, what happens? The general expression of polynomial is like this: a naught xn, a1 xn minus 1, a2 x n minus 2 plus dot dot dot. Similarly, it will go up to n, right?
yeah.
Have you ever seen this expression?
Um,
No.
I don't remember coming
Okay.
across it.
Okay. So here a naught, a1, a2, an, whatever I have written, these are the constant, right? And here x is the variable. Clear? That means we can take an example of polynomials like px is equal to 2x square minus 5x plus 7. This is a polynomial. We can have polynomial like 3x to the power 5 minus 4x square plus 6x. This is also a polynomial, right?
Yeah,
So what are polynomials actually? Polynomials means there will be somewhere constant, variables, and there will be just a relation between the constant and variable with varying degrees of x. Is this clear?
Yeah.
It's not like that it can only be in terms of x. It can be in terms of t also. I can write it as 4t cube minus 5t plus 7. Right?
Yeah.
So this is also a polynomial. I can write like ps is equal to 4s plus 3. This is also a polynomial. This is also a polynomial in variable s. This is a polynomial in variable t. This is a polynomial in variable x, and this is a polynomial in variable x. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Very good. Now the next thing that we need to be clear is, okay, note this part firstly, and I'll discuss further. Have you taken the notebook?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
I'm done writing.
Very good. So this is the overall polynomial idea. All these are polynomial. The next thing we have to be clear is the degree of polynomial. Next concept. Degree of polynomial. Any idea about degree of polynomial?
Yeah, it's basically when there's a given polynomial, so like the variable having the highest power
Correct.
is the degree
Correct.
of the
Correct. Degree is just means highest power of the variable.
yeah.
Highest exponent, or say the power, highest power of variable. If I take few examples like px is equal to 4x plus 7. In this case, what is the degree?
In this case, it would be 1.
Correct, because there is nothing written, that means 1 is in the exponent. So degree
Yeah.
is 1. If I write px is equal to 2x square plus 3x plus 7, degree is
2.
2. If I write px is equal to 5x cube plus 4x square plus 3, degree is
3.
So we are just observing the highest exponent of x. If I have
Yeah.
px is equal to 7x to the power 4 plus 2x square plus 7, it is degree
4.
And these 4 degrees are important for us, and mostly the first and second degree, because we don't know exactly about the how to solve the cubic polynomial kind of things. But yes, we use some hit and trial, we use some factorization method to just solve it, right? But these all 4 are important for us.
Okay.
Whenever we have degree 1, there is special term for it. What it is?
I think it's monomial.
No. On the basis of terms, if we divide the polynomial, we say it, or if we on the basis of terms, if we divide the algebraic expression, we call monomial, binomial, trinomial, and then polynomial. But here we are dividing on the basis of degree. That means here on the basis of degree, this particular expression can be called as the linear polynomial. This is called linear polynomial. Similarly, we can call this expression as quadratic. Very good. This is quadratic polynomial. Px is equal to this. This is cubic polynomial. Very good. And the last one is biquadratic. Biquadratic polynomial. Note this part. Linear and quadratic are very important for us. We have to specifically discuss in separate chapters. the linear equation, two variables, quadratic equation, we have to discuss in very detail. Have you noted?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. As you mentioned about the terms, I would like to have some more clarity about the terms. Whenever we just write any algebraic expressions simply means involving the constant and variable, nothing else. So if we divide on the basis of terms, we call it as monomial, binomial, trinomial. That means if the number of term is 1, it is called monomial. If the number of term is 2, binomial. Number of term is 3, trinomial. And number of terms, suppose more than kind of many terms, so rather we don't write it specifically. These three are very important for us. Whenever we have many terms, that is called poly means many terms.
Yeah.
We can write for term 1 like px is equal to 3x. How many terms are there?
1.
Just one. For understanding about the terms, here if we write something in multiplication, they are not counted as separate terms. Whenever we count a term, it should be just there with the plus or minus signs, right? So there is only one thing, that is 3x. If I write px is equal to 2x plus 7, how many terms? 2 terms, because 2x is there and 7 is there. I can take some other also, like x cube plus 3. It doesn't matter what the degree is, only there should be 2 terms. If there are 2 terms, that is called binomial. For this I can take example as x square minus 5x plus 6. I can take some more example as 4x cube plus 5x plus 7. This is called monomial. Let's take one more example for this. 5x to the power 7. This is called monomial. This is called binomial. And this is called trinomial. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Very good. Noted also?
Yes.
The next thing that we have to be clear is how to find the value of a polynomial. Value of a polynomial. Suppose we have px is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6, and I ask you to find the value of polynomial px at x is equal to 2. How we can find it?
We'll put in the value of x.
It's very simple. We have px is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6, and we have to find at x is equal to 2. So at x is equal to 2, p2 will be 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. This is 4 minus 10 plus 6. We are going step by step. That will be important for us to score marks, right? So 10 minus 10 will be 0. So at 2, the polynomial is giving us 0. So value of polynomial at x is equal to 2 is what? 0. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Very good. The next concept that we have to be clear in polynomial is zeros of polynomial. And here, have you noted this part?
Yeah.
Zeros of polynomial. Zeros of polynomial means, any idea?
Yeah, zeros of polynomial means when like a certain value that if you put it in the value of the variable, we will get the answer as 0.
Very good. That means
Like it's not
like here we can see when we put the value of x as 2, we are getting it as 0. That means we can say that x is equal to 2 is zeros of the given polynomial,
yeah.
right? So suppose we have px and there is somewhere x is equal to suppose alpha. So all values of alpha for which this polynomial will give us 0 will be called as zeros of polynomial, right? If p alpha is equal to 0, then alpha is 0 of polynomial. Clear?
Yeah.
So all those values of x for which our polynomial is giving a 0. Just note this part and let's do
Yeah.
question based on it.
I'm done writing.
Very good. Are you really noting?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because once it happened that after 1 or 2 classes I got to know that student is noting nothing. And it will be very difficult to just, but I expect that you are noting, right? Okay, let's do some questions. If you have px is equal to 4x plus 3, find zeros of polynomial px. Find. Are you finding?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Oh. So here what we have px is equal to 4x plus 3, right? We have to find the zeros of polynomial. Zeros of polynomial means px should be equal to 0, right? That means 4x plus 3 should be equal to 0. If 4x plus 3 is equal to 0, that means 4x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to minus 3 by 4. It's very easy to solve the linear equation in one variable, right? So we are getting x is equal to minus 3 by 4. So x is equal to minus 3 by 4 is a 0 of polynomial px. We can write like this.
Yeah.
Suppose I add one more question. Find zeros of polynomial px and verify it. This is also a very popular question. So what we'll do?
In that case, we're gonna put like the value.
Exactly. Now what we'll do? Now for verifying, we'll put x is equal to minus 3 by 4. P minus 3 by 4 will be 4 into minus 3 by 4 plus 3. 4 and 4 cancelled. Minus 3 plus 3, this is equal to 0. Hence it is verified. Clear?
Yeah.
Done. I think you have now the approach that how to
Yeah.
solve this kind of questions, right? Noted
Yeah.
also?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Let's do some other question. Here I just gave you a linear equation in one variable part. Linear polynomial. It, it just got converted into linear equation when we equated with 0.
Yeah.
If I take another equation like, this is a previous year question. Find the zeros of polynomial 6x square minus 3 minus 7x and verify also. Okay, solve it. You know how to factorize quadratic polynomial?
Yeah.
Very good. So firstly you will factorize it, then you will equate it with 0. So here what we have,
So after we factorize it, so we're gonna get 3x minus 1 and 2x minus 3.
oh, very good, correct. So px is equal to 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. In the next step what you did? Tell me.
And the next step, I multiplied
Directly,
6.
firstly you will arrange it, right?
Yeah, arrange it.
Yes,
Arrange
6x
it.
square minus 7x minus 3, and then you multiplied this 6 and 3 and factorize it in such a way that addition and subtraction should get you minus 7.
Yeah.
So you got 9, minus 9 and 2, right?
Yes.
So 6x square minus 9x plus 2x minus 3. Then what you took common?
I took, for the first one, I took 3x in common.
Very good. You'll be left with,
Uh, 2x minus 3.
correct, 2x minus 3. Here what you took common?
1.
Very good. With plus, because
Yeah.
2x minus 3, and here it will be 2x minus 3 common and 3x plus 1. This is our px, right?
Yeah.
After this, for zeros of polynomial, will equate it with 0. For zeros of polynomial, px you will equate it with 0. That means 2x minus 3 into 3x plus 1 is equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
And then you are getting it as
Minus 1 by 3 and 3 by
either
2.
2x minus 3 is equal to 0 or 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. That means
Yeah.
x is equal to 3 by 2 and x is equal to minus 1 by 3.
Yeah.
So you are getting two values as the zeros of polynomial, given polynomial, and we have to verify also. Now what we'll do? Now for verifying, check, are you getting 0 after putting?
Yeah.
Okay, if you are getting, that's okay. So for verifying, we'll firstly put 3 by 2. So 6 times, this is px is 3 by 2 whole square minus 7 into 3 by 2 minus 3. Did you even solve? You solved it,
Yeah,
right?
so
Okay, and you are getting it as 0. I am not going to explain it. You are clear?
yeah.
Okay. Let's do some other questions. A bit complicated one. If you have find zeros of polynomial, this is also a previous year question. Polynomial root 3x square minus 8x plus 4 root 3. This particular polynomial px is equal to, and verify it also. Solve.
Yeah.
Which book do you solve? Only NCERT or some other also?
I do only NCRT for now.
No, you'll have to practice other book also. With NCERT, either you can follow. It would be better if you follow the RS Agrawal, right? Because you'll be needing a lot of practice. In NCERT, there will be very few questions, right?
Yeah.
So it is always preferred in class 9, 10, 11, 12 that you solve at least one more book with the NCERT, right?
Yeah.
If you have RD Sharma, that is also okay. RS Agrawal or RD Sharma, whatever you are comfortable with.
Okay.
Yes. NCERT is a must. Without NCERT, we don't have to proceed further. With NCERT, we should have command on one more book also. Rather, we should have command on concept, but we should be practicing one more book also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Done this part?
Yeah. So, on factorizing, I'm getting the answer as under root 3x minus 2 and x minus 2 root 3.
Very good. Correct.
So, so the first value of x is 2 by root 3,
Correct.
and the second one is
2 root 3.
2 root 3.
Correct. Very good. And then verify whether you are getting 0 or not.
Yeah, it's 0 only.
You have to verify both. You have verified both?
I did one of them.
Okay. For the next one also, it will be 0 only. Let's go through the idea, graphical concept of zeros of polynomial, because in the first exercise of NCERT, they have just given some question based on graphical concept. Can I remove this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Graphical concept of zeros, you will be getting more idea about graphs and functions and all in higher classes. Here we will be getting just slight idea, graphical concept of zeros of polynomial. Here graphical concept of zeros of polynomial. What happens in zeros of polynomial? Zeros of polynomial, if we have some polynomial like px, all those values of x, suppose alpha, beta, gamma, delta, whatever, all those values of x for which the when we put it, we get it as 0, right?
Yeah.
This is the basic idea. That means
Yeah.
when I put that particular value, our y should be 0, function value should be 0, and are you aware of the coordinate axis?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis, right? And are you aware of the quadrant concept also? No. Okay.
Yeah, I'm aware of that too.
You're aware. Okay. This is the positive x-axis, means here you will be taking 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of -1, -2, -3. I'm just giving you basic idea so that 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, -4, right?
Yeah.
If we see in the we divide the coordinate axis into 4 quadrants, because we generally we are currently mainly discussing in 2 dimensions. This is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. In the first quadrant, both coordinates are positive. We'll be discussing coordinate geometry also in class 10, so there will be discussing in detail. Here just have slight idea. This is x coordinate positive and y coordinate also positive, right?
Yeah.
In the second quadrant, x is
Negative.
and y is
Positive.
very good. In the third quadrant, x is,
Negative.
y is
Negative.
very. And in the fourth quadrant,
X is positive and Y is negative.
very good. And we can very clearly see it that x is positive in this side and y is negative in this side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what zeros of polynomials? Okay, one more thing before that. Whenever we represent any point in the coordinate axis, there are 2 coordinates for it. One is for the x coordinate, another is for the y coordinate, right? If I just write for this part, this is called 1, 0. This is called 2, 0. This is called 3, 0. This is called 4, 0, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it is just 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the basic idea. For simplicity, we have written 1, 2, 3, 4. But it is actually what? It is 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, right?
Yeah.
Here 1, 2, 3, 4 is the x part and 0 is the y part. And y means what? Y means the value of that particular polynomial, or say value of that particular function, right?
Yeah.
So if you have to find the zeros of polynomial from the graph, you can very easily find. You will get the zeros of, suppose you have like this. I am just giving an example. You have a curve like this, and I ask you how many zeros of polynomial exist for this curve. How many zeros of polynomial exist for this curve? Zeros of polynomial, that means the y coordinate should be 0, because
Yeah.
y represent what? The value. Here you will
Yeah.
get y as 0, here you will get y as 0, here you will get y as 0. Y means value of polynomial. Is this clear?
Yeah.
That means the number of times the curve is cutting the x-axis, that will give us the number of zeros of polynomial. If it is cutting 3 times, so number of, there will be 3 zeros of polynomial. Correct?
Yeah.
If they ask you that from the graph itself, find the exact, find what are the zeros of polynomial. Don't just answer the number of zeros, answer the exactly zeros of polynomial. So you will be finding just the coordinates, right? Suppose here it is 1, 0, suppose it is 4 comma 0. Suppose it is minus 3 comma 0. So our answer would be x is equal to minus 3, x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 4 are the zeros of polynomial. Is everything clear?
Yeah.
Note this part. And we have some questions in the NCERT. Let's do those. Number of times the curve touches or cuts the x-axis gives idea about zeros of polynomial. This is exactly what we discussed.
Yeah.
Polynomial. Okay. Noted?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, noted.
Very good. Have you opened the NCERT?
I don't have my book right now. I'll just get it.
Okay. Okay, if you
Yeah, I'm back. I got it.
Exercise 2.1. Have you opened?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. See the first graph.
In the first.
Yes,
graph.
first. Our graph is like this. We have here x-axis, y-axis, and a graph is going parallel to the x-axis. And they are
Yeah.
asking find the number of zeros of px. Can we find the number here? The y is equal to px. This kind of polynomial given. Okay.
I think it would be 0.
It will never be 0 because it is not cutting the x-axis. That means number of zeros of polynomial will be 0, right? There are 0 zeros of polynomial. Is this clear?
Yeah.
For the second one, and what will be the reason? You'll have to reason also. The reason is it is not intersecting the x-axis.
Yeah.
Okay. For the second one,
The second one, it would be 1.
yes, it is intersecting the x-axis at we don't know exactly the points, but it is intersecting the x-axis once. That's why the number of zeros would be 1. For the
Yeah.
third one,
The third one, 3.
very good. And the reason would be similar. it is cutting the
Doesn't-
x-axis 3 times.
Yeah.
For the fourth one,
Fourth one, 2.
very good. Fifth one,
4.
1 2 3 4, correct. For sixth,
Sixth, I think 1.
only one. 1 2 3, right?
It doesn't exactly cut it.
Oh, even if it is touching, I mentioned that if it touches or cuts,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So even if it is touching, you'll count it, right?
Yeah.
So how many number of zeros of polynomial? 1 2 3.
Yeah, 3.
Very clear?
Yeah.
Very good. We discussed few basics about the polynomials. What we discussed from the starting, we discussed what the polynomial is. We discussed about the constant, variable. We discussed about the degree of polynomial. We discussed about the terms, right?
Yeah.
Then what we discussed? Value, how to find the value of a polynomial. And then we discussed the zeros of polynomial. We did few
Yeah.
questions also. We did some questions on linear polynomial, then quadratic polynomial. Then we
Yeah.
discussed graphical concept of zeros of polynomial.
Yeah.
Are you clear with all the concept that we discussed today?
Yes.
There are some more left that we'll be covering in the next class. That's all for today. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Anywhere doubt?
No.
Very good. How was the class?
The class was good.
Good. Only good.
I mean, I understood everything that was taught, so
Oh,
it was pretty good.
okay. Okay then. Okay then. We'll start our classes. Okay.
Okay then.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Sir Vice.